Let's dig into the ways CEOs are navigating the Trump administration, everything from analyzing a flood of executive orders to preparing their supply chains for the impact of potential tariffs and counter tariffs. Joining us right now is Mark Weinberger. He's former CEO and chairman of EY. And Mark, you've been doing this for a long time, working with lots of CEOs around the globe, also working with at least 4 different administrations, including the first Trump administration, where you did serve on one of the task force. Why don't you just talk about what you're hearing from CEOs you talk to right now?
Sure, Becky. Great to see you. Thanks. Listen, generally the business community is very happy around the way the business environment's going and the economy. Reduced regulations, more efficient government, more transactions opening up because of regulatory blockage not being there, energy prices going down and permitting going up. So lots of real positives, I think, behind companies and the direction of travel. But when you get off the trend lines and focus on the headlines, if you do, there's a significant uncertainty tax. And that uncertainty tax does affect the way that businesses make longer-term decisions. And with any major restructuring like we're seeing now in the economy or in a company, that creates some friction. And so I think a CEO is looking at what they can control, they're looking at what they have to influence, and they're looking at what they can't control and having a plan for each one of them.
And how do those buckets break down? What would you put in the things you can control, things you can't, and things to be aware of?
Well, the things you can control are your business operations, your employees, making sure you're communicating to them, telling them about the uncertainty, doing vast scenario planning based on how your supply chains may or may not change. If various executive orders do come to fruition, if tariffs do come into place, AI transformation, all that's what you control. What you influence is working with the government, those that are coming into office and those who are already there. If you're running a pharma company, you still have to get FDA approval for all of your drugs and your testing. You want to make sure that process is still moving. So you're trying to influence the government where you can. And then what you don't know, you have to be involved in your business groups, the Business Roundtable and others, to really understand what may be coming down the road, the externalities that can change your business model.
I hear you on that front, the idea of an uncertainty tax, but I also wonder what it would be like, what you would be hearing from CEOs if this was a Kamala Harris presidency. I mean, we now look at the idea of the tax cuts being extended as kind of a given. That would not be the case if you were dealing with a different presidency.
Absolutely, which is why, Becky, my first point was I think the general business view is that the economy would be strong and that we're going into an environment where less regulations that are shackling what you can do, a government that's going to be more efficient, hopefully getting costs under control, opening up opportunities to do M&A transactions, taxes that will not be proposed to be increased dramatically, but may be reduced or stay the same, all extremely positive. And those are the trend lines. Companies are generally investing, but there is that friction, and it's not surprising, right? If a company reorganizes itself and has to go ahead and change its operations, it's going to get rid of some people. It's going to change its business focus. That uncertainty makes you slow down decision-making just a little bit. But I don't think it's going to change the direction of travel here.
What do you do with the tariffs? Again, it's kind of guesswork at this point to what's going to come in, and then clearly guesswork on what the retaliatory situation would be from other countries.
Great question, and you can't respond to every single press release or order until it's final and what every threat's going to be, because we don't know. But what you do is you build in more resiliency to your supply chain so that if you have to move it or change direction of product flow from one country to another, that you're going to be able to do that. You're looking at where you're siting plants based on where you think most likely the tariffs will be. Remember, the tariffs and the reciprocal tariffs that you may be looking at are aimed at where market inefficiencies or market distortions are from other countries. So you know where, like in China or even India, other countries where there's great incentives for their own domestic companies, that's the most likely place tariffs will be. So how do you build supply chains to account for that and alter them where you can? But frankly, a lot of this decision-making, Becky, is long-term, as you know, and so you're not going to overreact to every little press release.
Sure. Mark, earlier this morning, we heard from a CNBC survey that was done in combination with SurveyMonkey for small business owners, and they were concerned, 2/3 of them almost, concerned about inflation, worrying that it's not going away. What do you hear from the big business leaders you talk to?
Yeah, it's a great question. Again, but it's clearly there's a concern about inflation, whether it's the potential for tariffs, whether it's the increased, as I said, resiliency in supply chains, so you're no longer for lowest cost places, but you're looking where you can have parallel supply chains. That's an increase in cost. Labor costs remain relatively high. So I do think there's a concern that if not going up, inflation is staying there for longer. And that means that you have to have more cash on hand. And when you do a transaction, the cost of doing that transaction may stay higher in the short term. So I think there's a general view that inflation maybe, is going to be at least where it's at, if not potentially higher.